I'm going to prove a point here, or not. Let's try not to drop it. I'm going to use this to do my next instrumentation. Report. Oh, no. What have I done? Hold on. Let's not have everything selected while I'm dragging. So yeah, I'm going to do the next bit on an actual typing keyboard. Why not? I mean, I've got to eat my own words sometimes, haven't I? So I need to find out where these notes are. So that will take a few moments. And I'm going to repeat this string bass over and over again. And I think Munzer was right about this clarinet part. So let's just see what we've got at the moment. Chips. This is FL Studio. It's absolutely amazing. I've been using FL Studio since it was Fruity Loops, and then I think they had to change the name because of the cereal or something. But this is FL Studio. I'm not using any of the real features of FL Studio, so you could pretty much use any digital audio workstation, LMMS, ARDA, GarageBand, Logic Pro X, Cubase, Cakewalk. Does that still exist? I think it's BandLab now. Ableton. And I'm not just going to list off more doors. We're not really using any of the big features that FL Studio would come with. And one of the things about FL Studio that I actually really like is it is totally free, and you can get the full version totally free. You just can't open up something you've saved. So I used FL Studio for ages until I could afford it, and I used to save my work and export it as a WAV file, and then at the end I joined it all back up as WAV files. I can't remember the technical term for doing that. Bouncing. When computer hardware wasn't that quick and we couldn't have all these instruments, what we'd have to do is it still has the functionality here. We can quick render as an audio clip. And what that does is it renders out the audio clip, makes a funny sound afterwards, and then I don't know where it puts it actually, because I very rarely use this feature. Audio, there we go. We've got the string-based audio. It's on an audio track, and it's just called the same thing, which is why I didn't spot it. But there we go. We've now got actual audio rather than MIDI notes, and the problem with that is it's finalized, that we can't go back and edit it. However, the benefit of it is this will use so few resources. So it's basically the same as baking textures or a light map in a game engine. There's lots of ways of approaching doing this, and hopefully, did that remove my notes? It might have done. No, they're still there as well. Okay, awesome. I'm not sure where I am at the moment. I'm going to turn off the flute, and I'm just going to listen to this clarinet. As I said before, I think Munzer's right here. I think we can approach the clarinet in a slightly different way. I think it can have some holding notes. I don't want it to be the star of the show by any stretch of imagination. I'm just going to draw some stuff in and see how this works. So this is definitely going to be on the A. I said I was going to play it on the keyboard next. I'll do that in a moment. Oh, hold on. I'll do it in a moment. I'm going to draw it in. I'm avoiding using this keyboard, aren't I, after saying that you just need a keyboard. So let's listen to this. And I'm adjusting the second one. Nice. I was like, why can't I hear it? Again, I don't want it plodding along like that, so I'm going to do those transition notes that we talked about earlier with the bass. I could use a similar thing right here. So now we've got... Again, maybe that can change so it's not da 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 da. Rhythmical elements are really important. They can change the entire feel of a piece, and I think what you were getting at there with the claret part needs something more. Is it just needs a bit more variety as it's very plodding along. But getting those original notes down wasn't a mistake. It's a great way of building upon it. Now that I've got these notes, I've got a framework, a skeleton that we can build upon. Let's continue going through here and just seeing what else we can add. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to create a new part, and I'm going to call it, clarinet. I'm going to call it keyboard. I'm just going to try and play it on here. So I believe Q is a C. So an A is here. So this is going to be a little bit challenging because I've got to move from here. If I want to hit that E, I've got to go to an E. Okay, it's easy to remember. The E is on the E. Let's just play and literally play along for the moment. Let's start at the beginning. Okay, that was a bit different, and I think I fumbled one note there, but there you go. You can use a keyboard to play. So there's no excuse. It's a bit like, well, actually, a drawing tablet is very useful when you start doing actual drawing and stuff, but you can certainly do a lot in Blender with your mouse. And you can do quite a bit on the keyboard as well. And I'm not sure whether my keyboard's not velocity sensitive, yet it sounded like one of the notes was certainly louder than the others, but we can see here. And this is perhaps the downside of using a normal keyboard. I believe there are some out there that have some sort of force feedback type stuff, but this is all at the same volume. But you know what? That doesn't matter, because what I can do here, I'm just going to put in a holding note at the beginning there. We can just come in and draw. There's no reason why we can't come in here and say, well, we want it to start quiet. If you right click here, we can just literally draw a line and maybe get mellow down here and then get loud again, like so. And I think there was a B along here somewhere that just sounded horrible. That's the thing, right? You reach for the tool you're most comfortable with. I'm very comfortable. This is how I did all of my music way back. I just sat in front of a piano roll like this and just clicked. And it's slow, right? It's slow. It's very precise, but it is very slow. And so that's why I opted to just use the keyboard at this point in time to see if we could be a bit quicker about it. So I'm not sure where that horrible note was. It might have been there, but let's just listen to what I managed to play on just the keyboard. And I do want to go back to this main thing here. I want to remove the counter that was here before. So we're just hearing the main part that we've been working on. I joined in halfway through, didn't I? And I think it should be like that. I'm really confused now. I joined in halfway through a phrase rather than at the beginning. Yeah, Yes, yeah, that's right. Okay, so there's a double note there that I want to remove. And this is the great thing about the piano roll. You just come in and go, nope, that bit there was wrong. And I'm not sure where we were on this. So that A that I put on there, that first note, is horrible because it's not an A being played at the moment. An E would have worked fine, but it's actually a G that's being played. So I'm going to, again, put a little bit of a lead up here. I'm going to go the E, the G, just for a short bit and see how that sounds. Okay, that's coming along really, really well.